Chapter 10. Ek en Nicola stap in die mall rond op soek na Kersgeskenke. Dis nog 10 dae voor Kersfees, maar ek het myself beloof ek los nie weer alles tot op die laaste nippertjie nie. Ma is maklik, want sy's 'n boekwurm. Pa is moeiliker, want hy is nie eintlik passievol oor dinge nie, behalwe 1990 Ford stasie waarregte. So ek besluit om vir hom 'n nuwe swembroek te koop. Die giggel-geel een wat hy altyd Magalies toesleep is so oud soos die berge en doen absoluut niks vir sy of my selfbeeld nie. My groot probleem is Nicola. Ek het nog niks vir haar nie. Sy is regtig die moeilikste en maklikste persoon om iets voor te koop. Moeilik omdat sy van niks duurs hou nie. Maklik omdat sy van niks duurs hou nie. Ons sit later in die hoompie vir gratis wifi en 'n melkskommel. Ek het iemand ontmoet, sê Nicola opgewonde en kyk om haar rond om seker te maak niemand hoor haar nie. Is al wat ek uitkry terwyl ek langsaam aan my melkskommel slurp. Waar? So Nicola and Diebold are walking around the mall to buy Christmas presents because it's 10 days before Christmas. And he's promised himself he's not going to leave it for the last, he's not going to procrastinate. His mom is easy to buy for because she likes books, but his dad is difficult to buy for because he's only interested in cars, specifically 1990 Fords. So he decides he's going to buy his dad a new swimming trunks because he's very embarrassed when his dad wears these old yellow ones when they go to Magalies. The biggest problem he has is buying Nicola a present. She's the easiest but the most difficult person to buy for because she doesn't necessarily like expensive things, but she also that makes it difficult to buy for her. So later on they go to Wimpy for free Wi-Fi and milkshakes. And then Nicola mentions that she's met someone. And Diebold is shocked, he doesn't have a word, he doesn't have much to say. He just asks her where? Op die internet, glimlag sy. Ek weet jy gaan nou 'n preek afsteek oor hoe gevaarlik dit is en al daai dinge, maar sy's baie special. Waar op die internet? Vra ek sonder om 'n oog te knip. Daar's 'n Facebook groep vir mense soos ek, fluister sy. Dis privaat en almal is baie nice. Vertel my, sê ek. Dis die eerste keer dat Nicola met my oor girls praat, vandat sy nog gister die nuus gebreek het. Haar naam is Jolandi en sy is in matriek. Vertel sy in haar skik. Sy is so funny. Ons lê soms soos ons lag. Jy praat nou van Facebook Messenger. Ja, wat anders? Ek dog julle bel mekaar ten minste. Dis hoe dating in die ou dae gewerk het, lig ek my opinie. Heng Schmetterling, verdedig sy, stop die lorry, ons gesels maar nog net. Is jy bang om haar te bel? Sy lyk geaffronteer. Nee, hoekom? Nou bel haar dan, druk ek haar. Ek het al te veel kere gesien mense op die internet is glad nie dieselfde as in die regte lewe nie. Dis complicated, verduidelik sy. Wel, gelukkig vir jou het Facebook 'n funksie vir complicated verhoudings, spot ek. Na 'n mens klaar is met skool, is dit okay om uit die kas te klim, maar op skool is dit gevaarlik. Jy weet mos hoe is dit. Ek suig die laaste bietjie van my lemmetjie skommel in, die strooitjie op. So she says she's met someone on the internet, and she knows that it's unsafe, and she doesn't want to preach because she knows he's going to preach to her about meeting this person on the internet, but she's special. And she mentions that she met this person on a Facebook group for people like her who likes girls. But it's very private and it's nice. So Diebold wants to know more, and Nicola says that her name is Jolandi and she's in matric. And she's very funny, and they laugh a lot. So they only speak on Facebook Messenger, but Diebold is like, why don't you call each other at least? That's how dating used to work in the old days. And he calls her Schmetterling. Now this is a connection to the word they used when they were speaking about bullying in the class. So devil asks her, like, are you scared to phone her? And she says no. So he encourages her to phone her. But she is scared to meet this person in real life, because often how people portray themselves on the internet is not how they are in real life, and the situation is already complicated. And she says for her, in the situation that she's in, being lesbian, things are dangerous when you are in school and you're trying to meet people, but after school it gets better. So Dewald is drinking a lemon flavored smoothie. Al wat ek sê is dat julle mekaar kan bel en gesels en dalk beter leer ken. Ek sal self saam met julle uitgaan as jy bang is. Sy is dalk 'n psycho of iets. Sy is alles behalwe sug Nicola. Sy verstaan my. O, en ek nie, vra Kamma seer gemaak. Jy weet wat ek bedoel, sê sy en stamp my speels teen die skouer. Kom ons kyk hoe dinge uitwerk. En ek beloof jou, jy gaan saam op ons eerste date. Ek hou my vriendin se oë dop. Sy lyk so gelukkig. Iewers op die internet is daar iemand wat haar goed laat voel oor haarself. Iemand wat haar mooi laat voel. Wie is ek om te sê moenie met die vreemde persoon gesels nie? Al wat ek vra, sê ek, is dat jy versigtig sal wees. Ek is altyd versigtig, sê sy vriendelik. En ek weet een ding beter as ooit. En wat's dit? Sy verras my met haar diep gedagte, dat jy my altyd sal beskerm. Dit sal ek altyd doen, beloof ek haar. So, the reason why Dewald is encouraging her to phone her is that maybe they will be able to get to know each other a little bit better if they were able to talk in that way. And if she's scared to meet this person in person, he will go with her just to make sure that she's not a psycho or something. But Nicola says she does feel understood.